Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome. This is the introduction to level 2 advanced material in lessons for full spectrum humans. So the people that are watching this and tuning in, you are familiar and welcome presences that we have already been joining together telepathically in order to form our Merkaba. So welcome to this advanced level of lessons for full spectrum humans. So first of all, here I am in front of Vessel. This is the completed painting that I was working on during the spring semester and also some of the summer semester. And it was analogous to creating this image of the vessel, the vessel of consciousness, of connected minds that is traveling through consciousness space, through hyperspace, and also the experience of leading the class and bringing together many different human corporeal consciousnesses so that we can share and interact and have ideas and is what basically my artwork was reflecting what I was experiencing in the presentation of the class and in the intellectual presentation. So this is a pretty important realization that what has been going on in creating this image has been what I have been it's so interesting. I'm just having a moment of deja vu of when I recorded the introduction in February for the first class. That was just a very interesting overlay of timelines that I experienced. So we're going to let that just roll over me for a moment. But yes, I decided to do this introduction in order to prepare you for what is coming in the present upcoming semester, so the advanced course. So I have said before that the initial course gave people the initiatory concepts. You have chakras. These are what the chakras look like. These are what the chakras are made of. They're made of time. And to begin to cultivate that multidimensional perspective of you have multiple selves, and as you make choices through the day, you are you are using your steering wheel of your mind in order to steer you on particular timelines and towards particular realities, okay? So that's basics. That's like saying you have a car and it has 4 tires and a steering wheel, right? Oh, technology. This is now the advanced course where we are going to tell you much more about your car, about your energetic anatomy, more details, and also about how exactly to drive your car, because this is about creating your personal Merkaba, your personal light body ship, and how that relates to the flying rainbow lasagna, because these are 2 different types of interdimensional portals or vehicles for consciousness, but they are not in conflict. They can be used at the same time. So this is like if this were an art course in the initiatory course, I taught you, here are the basic colors and here's how to mix secondary colors. And in this course now, we're taking those colors and I'm going to teach you how to apply them to really create a full painting. So I also, in the previous course, taught a lot about the essentials of unconditional love, and that is really just exacerbated. And I will also tell you that my journey, what my journey has been turning into, has been about refining my connection to source and my connection to the higher dimensional entities that are really aspects of my higher self, and ensuring that it is a relationship of unconditional love and that it is pure. So this is the journey of refinement that each one of us must go through in order to become an artist of reality, because you want to be making things that are loving. If I'm making paintings, I want them to be rainbow colored and beautiful and fun and uplifting. And if I'm making realities, I want realities to be, again, beautiful, harmonious, uplifting, fun to make, fun to experience, fun for the inhabitants, and that creating from a stance of unconditional love is how we create that type of reality. So I, just like all of us, we are on this journey, and I thanked people who are entering the level 1 course today, and I also thank everyone who is entering the level 2 course today. Thank you for being on this journey. Thank you for joining your mind together with me into this vessel, this planetary Merkaba, that we will eventually travel to even, more places than just this particular time and place. Thank you for being traveling companions, and thank you in advance for all of the insights and lessons that I am learning from you. As much as I am sending information and energy out, I am also receiving information and energy. And so one of the, some of the things that I'm going to be teaching, I'll go over a brief outline, and I will post a more extensive outline as the material comes forward, because I will tell you that I have had to reevaluate a lot of my basic ideas and a lot of my basic premises. Again, part of being a responsible teacher, I will not pretend that I know everything when I don't know everything. My knowledge about the Merkaba is always growing. As I do more and embody more, I am then able to share my ideas more. So what was a more rudimentary understanding of the Merkaba for me has now turned into a more refined understanding. And there's still more for me to learn. So I certainly, keep that open. And there are, as I've said, many different forms of energetic portals. There are many different shapes. It's this beautiful language of light. It's like saying that there is poetry, and you can put these information and combinations, you can put it together in an infinite number of combinations and still be expressing truth and still be correct and do it in your own complete, unique way. So this upcoming semester, I'm going to be teaching you a lot more about the fine points of programming your Merkaba. This is utilizing it as a tool. We've talked about utilizing it as a protective shield, protective energy barrier, and also as a vehicle. We're also going to talk about using it, it's almost in the same way that one would use a computer, that you can really program it to be running certain programs for you throughout your day. So we'll get into that type of use. I will also get into more of the fine points of the Flying Rainbow Lasagna. Last semester, I did do some examples of how do you apply it and experience it in your daily life in terms of forming a bridge between oneself and solar consciousness. And these advanced lessons will focus a lot on solar consciousness, because that is really the primary consciousness. It's star consciousness, it's star energy, and that is really where all of this, it derives from. And so, of course, you having already taken level 1, you are prepped with the knowledge of humanity's star heritage. That's no longer a mind-blowing revelation. You're now prepared to integrate that into your daily understanding of walking underneath a giant star every day and being exposed to its increasingly intensifying mental emanations, and how that applies to your personal day-to-day experience. So these are some of the fine points. I wanted to give you an idea of the information that's going to be presented over the next semester. So I'm going to share with you the Merkaba fine points and how that connects with the Flying Rainbow Lasagna fine points. Talking with interdimensional entities, interdimensional entities, who's who and who's not hot, who's hot and who's not. This whole idea of when one begins to connect telepathically to the great ocean of consciousness, there's a lot of different types of entities out there. Who shall you interact with? How shall you discern who you will interact with? What are the rules that govern these forms of interaction? So this is what it's my intention to guide you through, even as I am being guided through it, because many people are experiencing more visitations and experiences of extra-dimensional or extraterrestrial contact in their own day-to-day or nighttime or astral experiences. And this is an important new etiquette that we are setting up. The social structure for meeting one's other halves or friends, and What type of relationship is a respectful relationship? What does this look like? Because we're talking about humanity achieving the next level of mental evolution. Humanity no longer being encapsulated into your own personal, private little mind, where you're not connected to other minds, like the way that it used to be. Your computer was just your computer and it wasn't connected to the internet. Well, once you begin to connect to the internet, you have to develop protocols for not getting viruses from other computers and sharing appropriately information that you want to share, not everything, including all of your passwords in your bank account. So these are things that you need to learn as you begin as a person, an individual, to connect telepathically with the greater consciousness. We're going to talk about the different levels of entities. There's nested entities, entities within entities. We touched on this a little bit last year. We're going to talk about identity and the definition of self. Also, this has a lot to do with entities and all of this. I will show you, of course, new images based on new artwork that I've completed, and in any way that if I have gone through a refinement process of the information that I used to know, I will make clear that there's a difference. Like, oh, I used to think this, or I used to present this, but now I understand that this is more accurate, so that you can also get the same upgrades of understanding that I have been getting. This, I think, is long enough for an introduction, and I'm going to get on to actually recording lessons for everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey of consciousness with me. And I look forward to all of your insights and comments, because I'm so pleased with the quality of people that have signed up for and that I interact with, in terms of, sharing my artwork and my information, and also getting a lot of wonderful energy and support reflected back. It is wonderful. This is what this is all about, to not be on a completely solitary and isolated journey, but to recognize that we are all together on this ascension process and moving towards higher consciousness and greater fulfillment on personal, planetary, and galactic levels. So I will leave you on that note. Thank you again. Look forward to hearing from all of you. And thank you again so much for signing up for Level 2, the advanced course of Lessons for Full Spectrum Humans.